Friday morning, you roll over in bed, squinting at the harsh light of your phone screen, and instinctively open your banking app. There it is, the direct deposit, payday. For a fleeting, glorious moment, you feel a little hit of dopamine. You're rich. Well, rich enough for the weekend anyway. But then, almost like clockwork, the auto drafts start hitting. Rent, car payment, credit card bill, utilities. By Sunday evening, that triumphant, glowing number in your checking account has somehow shrunk by 60%, and you're already calculating how many days are left until the next payday. It's an exhausting cycle, you know. My name is Steve, and I spend way too much time thinking about money, the weird quirks of human psychology, and why brilliant, hardworking people stay trapped in this exact same financial holding pattern for their entire lives. And honestly, it's not because you're bad at math. It's because the system we operate in is beautifully, terrifyingly designed to keep you exactly where you are. But it doesn't have to be this way. Over the next few minutes, we're going to peel back the layers of this system. We're going to look at why your paycheck is secretly working against you. And by the end of this, I promise you're going to see your income, your job, and your future through a completely different lens. One that can actually buy your freedom. So, let's just get into it. The salary trap revealed. Basically, a salary is a drug they give you to make you forget your dreams. I know that sounds incredibly dramatic, but hear me out. When you're growing up, everyone tells you the goal is to get a good salary. A salary is predictable. It's safe. It's a warm, heavy blanket on a cold morning. But here's the reality. A salary is a perfectly calculated metric. It's exactly enough money to keep you comfortable enough not to quit, but not enough money to ever allow you to stop working. Think about it. When you're salaried, your income is entirely decoupled from the value you actually produce. You could work twice as hard, generate massive profits for your company, and what do you get? A pat on the back? Maybe a generic mug, and the exact same paycheck you got last week. I remember talking to a buddy of mine, Dave. Dave is a brilliant graphic designer. He took a corporate job, got a solid salary, and practically celebrated. 2 years later, he's doing the work of 3 people because of layoffs, generating massive campaigns for his firm, and his pay hasn't moved a single inch. He's essentially subsidizing his company's profits with his own unpaid overtime. If your income is capped, but your effort is unlimited, you are playing a game where the house always wins. So, start tracking your actual hourly rate. Take your salary, divide it by the actual hours you work, including those late-night email checks and weekend catch-ups, and look at that number. Just being aware of the real math is the first step to breaking the illusion. Why job security is actually financial insecurity. We need to talk about this phrase, job security. It's an absolute myth. I'd actually argue that traditional job security is the riskiest financial position you can possibly be in. Let's break down the concept of a single point of failure. If you own a business and 100% of your revenue comes from just one client, any financial advisor on the planet would tell you that your business is in extreme danger. If that one client gets mad or goes broke, or just decides they don't need you anymore, you're bankrupt overnight. Well, when you have a traditional W-2 job, you are a business, and you have exactly one client, your employer. You don't have security, you have a massive glaring vulnerability disguised as security. If the CEO makes a bad bet, or the economy hiccups, or, let's be real, if an AI tool gets slightly better at drafting reports, your secure income drops to zero instantly. I learned this the hard way early in my career. I thought I was indispensable at a mid-sized tech firm. I had a great relationship with my boss. Then, the company was acquired. A guy in a suit who had never met me looked at a spreadsheet, saw my salary, and hit delete. Just like that, my single source of income vanished. You are literally one executive decision away from having no money coming in. You have to diversify your income. I'm not saying you need to start a massive side hustle today, but start figuring out how to make your first dollar outside of your employer. Sell something online, freelance on the weekends. Just prove to yourself that your boss isn't the only person on earth who will hand you cash. The psychology that keeps you trapped. So why do we willingly stay in this trap? Honestly, it's because we've been perfectly conditioned for it since we were 5 years old. Think about the structure of traditional schooling. You sit in a row. You speak when spoken to. You do the assigned work. And in exchange, you get an A. You are rewarded for compliance, for following the rules, and for trading your time for a standardized metric. Fast forward 20 years, and the A is just replaced by a paycheck. We are psychologically addicted to the good boy or good girl syndrome. We think if we just keep our heads down, work a little harder, and stay loyal, the system will eventually reward us with wealth. It's like running on a treadmill and genuinely believing that if you just run fast enough, you'll eventually arrive at the beach. You won't. You're just going to get sweaty and exhausted in the exact same spot. As long as you equate hard work with wealth, you will be poor. The richest people in the world don't work 10,000 times harder than the guy laying bricks. They just operate on a completely different psychological framework. They build equity. They don't trade time. Catch yourself when you are doing things purely out of a desire for institutional validation. Are you taking on that extra project because it builds your skills and leverage, or just because you want your manager to give you a gold star? Stop seeking gold stars. Seek leverage. How inflation steals your raises. Okay, let's talk about the invisible thief in the room. Inflation. Let's say you actually do play the corporate game perfectly. You crush your annual review. Your boss shakes your hand and says, "Great job this year. We're giving you a 3% raise." And you feel like you're getting ahead. But here is the brutal mathematical reality. If inflation is running at 5% or 7%, or the price of groceries and rent is up 10%, you didn't get a raise. You took a pay cut. Your company essentially smiled at you, shook your hand, and quietly lowered your standard of living. Imagine your money is a block of ice sitting on your kitchen counter. Every day it melts just a little bit. That's inflation. Your 3% raise is just someone tossing an ice cube onto a block that is melting at twice the speed. It's incredibly frustrating. I remember getting a promotion a few years back. I was thrilled. But when I actually sat down and looked at my new take-home pay versus how much my rent and grocery bills had gone up that year, I realized I had less disposable income after the promotion than I did the year before. The traditional salary model is mathematically designed to make you lose purchasing power over time. You cannot save your way to wealth if the money you are saving is rapidly becoming worthless. You need to invest in assets that outpace inflation. Whether that's index funds, real estate, or your own business skills, you have to put your money into vehicles that grow faster than the government prints currency. The lifestyle creep that keeps you broke. Now, even if you manage to get a massive raise or land a high-paying job, there's a self-inflicted wound that traps almost everybody. It's called lifestyle creep, or Parkinson's law of money, which basically states that your expenses will always rise to perfectly match your income. It happens so naturally, you don't even notice it. You get a bump in pay. Suddenly, the old Toyota feels a little shabby, so you lease a newer car. You switch from the standard gym to the boutique fitness studio. You stop buying regular coffee and convince yourself you need the $1,200 espresso machine because, it saves money in the long run. Spoiler, it doesn't, because now you're buying $25 bags of artisanal beans. Before you know it, you're making $120,000 a year, but you feel exactly as broke and stressed as you did when you were making $50,000. The velvet on the hamster wheel just got a little softer, but you are still running for your life. I am so guilty of this. When I hit my first real financial milestone, I suddenly convinced myself I deserved to eat out 4 nights a week. I was making more money than ever, but my bank account at the end of the month was still somehow hovering near zero. A high income does not equal wealth. Wealth is what you keep, not what you spend. If your expenses rise with your income, you are just a highly paid poor person. Artificially restrict your income. The next time you get a raise, immediately automate that extra money into an investment account before you ever see it in your checking account, live on your old salary. Breaking free, building real wealth. So if the salary is a trap, job security is a myth, inflation is stealing your money, and your own desires are bankrupting you, how do you actually break free? You have to completely shift your identity from a consumer to an owner. The system keeps you broke because it trains you to sell your time to buy things. Wealthy people buy assets to buy back their time. It's really that simple. An asset is just something that puts money in your pocket, whether you are awake, asleep, on vacation, or sick. A liability is something that takes money out. The salary trap relies on you using your finite time to buy liabilities, nicer cars, bigger TVs, trendy clothes. Breaking free means decoupling your time from your earning potential. It means building or buying things that work for you. That could be buying shares of businesses through index funds. It could be creating digital content, writing a book, building a piece of software, or starting a small service business where you hire others to do the fulfillment. Time is the only non-renewable resource you have. Every hour you sell to an employer is an hour you can never get back. Look at your bank statement this month. How much money went toward buying assets, investments, education, business building versus liabilities? Shift that ratio by just 5% this month. Plant a seed that will grow without your constant supervision. Look, if you feel overwhelmed by all of this, take a deep breath. You aren't doing anything wrong, and you aren't bad with money. You've just been playing a game where the rules were hidden from you. The salary trap is incredibly seductive. It's designed to be. It provides the illusion of safety, the comfort of routine, and just enough money to keep you complacent. But now that you see the strings, you don't have to let them control you. You know that relying on one income source is risky. You know that inflation is quietly eating your savings, and you know that buying a nicer car isn't the same thing as being wealthy. The goal here isn't to suddenly quit your job tomorrow in a blaze of glory and try to become a billionaire. The goal is just breathing room. It's the quiet confidence of knowing you have options. It's waking up on a Tuesday and knowing that if things go sideways, you are going to be absolutely fine because you own your time and you own your assets. So, start small. Automate your savings. Buy your first index fund. Start that tiny side project you've been thinking about. You have the power to step off the treadmill, but it requires making a different choice today.